Hello everyone, Amanda here. Today we're going to play with stenciling. It's an awesome, inexpensive way. I got this set of 5 here, they're around £5. It's an inexpensive way of making unique cards. If you use a stencil to create a card, nobody's going to have exactly the same card as you. It's always going to be different, and that is the beauty of these, and that's why I love using them. So this set has the leaves, it has the dots, it has the trees, beautiful. Nice sturdy wipeable plastic, and today I'm going to use this one. Now I'm going to show you 2 different techniques today. We're going to do stenciling and we're going to do a starburst technique, so make sure you stay to the end so you don't miss it. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and click like, and also click that notification bell which is just there to make sure you see all my uploads. So I'm starting with a piece of cardstock here. This measures, I've just cut it roughly, it's 4 by 5 and 7/8, just short of 5 7/8, 5 3/4. Alright, and this, I'm going to make my starburst design from this. So what you do is you grab a pencil and a ruler, okay, and I'm working on pink cardstock today because the sun is so bright it's making my video look green, so I've put some pink on to try and neutralise it. So you go from one corner to the other. Now this technique should work irrespective of what size your card base is. Alright, it don't matter. You just might need to just adjust ever so slightly. So in 1 inch, or that's about 2.5 centimetres, 1 inch from that corner there, we're going to do a little mark, okay? And then we're going to do one at that side. So every time we do one on that side, we do one on that side. We're making a little 1 inch mark. Alright, and then with your pencil, you match them up. Okay, and we do that all the way around. Okay, so I'll do a little bit, I'm not going to do it all. It can take, you know, maybe 5 minutes or so. Mark all the way around, okay. Now if you get to any corners, I'll just show you this corner piece here. So we're going to end up with a 1 inch mark here and a 1 inch mark here, and then that's not going to be an inch, so I'll show you what to do. So we'll match those up. Okay, just doing it with pencil, we're matching them up, and they'll cross over in the middle. They won't cross over perfectly. As you go they might overlap, but I'm going to show you what we're going to do because we're going to put our sentiment over it. Right, so that's not quite an inch, so I'm measuring it and it's 3/4. So that's 3/4 of an inch, so when I go down there I'll just do an extra 1/4 of an inch to make up a full inch, okay, and leave my mark there. And then here is just about an inch, so then I'd go from this little mark here down to the corner, okay, and then keep going, and you keep going, an inch, an inch, an inch, an inch, and then the last one here, depending on the size of your cardstock, might be just over an inch, doesn't matter, just keep going, and then you will end up with that, okay, where they're all crisscrossed. Okay, and then what I do is I've grabbed one of my blocks. Now this can be any shape you want. This happens to be a 2 by 2 1/4, and I'm going to place that kind of where they overlap, okay, to make sure I've got all of those where they overlap. Alright, but I want a nice border as well. Alright, okay, you don't have to do this if you don't want, but and like I said, it could be a circle, it could be a triangle, you could use a banana, do what you want. Alright, it's just going to help with your masking. Draw around that, okay, and then what we're going to do is decide where you want to start. Okay, I'm going to start down here because I like this wide one here, and what you do is you cut one of those strips out up to the line of where you've drawn your shape, then you stop and you cut the shape out. Alright, and then you miss one, do one, miss one, do one, all the way around. And this is making you a starburst template. Alright, now you can use these more than once. You could make it out of acetate if it's something you really love to do and you really enjoy it. You could make it yourself another one out of acetate. Okay, so that's that. Miss one, do one. I'm sweating. It's absolutely boiling in here this morning. I'm filming very early in the morning to try and avoid the heat at the moment, and it's still, I'm melting. Melting! But I'm not complaining. I don't like winter. I'm not a winter girl. I don't mind autumn, as long as it's not too windy. I don't mind rain. I just don't like cold. I think I was born in the wrong continent, so I'm not complaining. I love it. But it's not fun when you stood in a window melting. So we're just, I'm going to do the whole process of this, even though it's going to make my video long, because I want to use a fresh stencil. Because the one that I've been using is very, very inky, and I don't want my pattern to smudge. Okay. Keep going, we're nearly done, we're nearly there. Cooking with gas. Alright. And I'm just gonna cut around that shape a little bit. Although I'm gonna put a, and then you know you'll have an even number. Alright, like so. So then you've got that, which looks very strange, but it's gonna be fine. Alright, so let me just swap my pink card for some scrap white. Hopefully it won't make the video green, because I don't really want to get ink on that card. Right, so then I've got my card, my actual card front here. So this measures 3 7/8 by 5 5/8, and this is what I want to use. So now I'm going to put my card front down. I'm going to arrange my starburst. This is going to be slightly bigger because I've used a bigger card. I'm going to arrange it where I want it. Okay, am I in shot? I think so. Arrange it where I want it. I'll just move over a right little bit. Okay, and then I've got my mask. I'm going to place that over the top. Straight. I want it a bit straighter than that. Thank you. Over the top. And then I'm going to attach it at the side with some washer. That's not straight. I want it a bit straighter. Just bear with me. If I just do it from the top like so. And that will kind of sandwich in your starburst as well. Alright, and hold that in place. And we're going to put some tape at the other side as well. Alright. Then what you do is you bring in the inks that you want to use. I've chosen some very bright colours for the fun of it. I've got Magenta Madness, Melon Mambo and Coastal Cabana. And using my sponge daubers. Which one have I used that on? Okay, so no, I don't want to start with that colour. I want to start with Magenta Madness. Okay, I'm going to put some ink on my sponge dauber and just dab. Dab, tap, don't squish, don't rub, but you need to tap. And the reason being, you want a nice crisp image on the stamp, and if you rub or squish, you're going to go underneath the stencil and you're not going to get crisp lines. Alright, so tap, tap, tap. Okay, and build the colour up, don't be tempted to squish. Okay, just keep going. You can fast forward me if you like. I don't mind. It's fine. Alright, and you can add as much or as little colour as you like. Okay, I like to try and go a bit heavier in the corners. So I'm building that colour up by going back over it. Okay. And then I'm going to go lighter there because I'm going to start and blend it with another colour. Okay. So then I'm going to use Coastal Cabana here. Okay. And I'm going to start an ink further up there and then blend it into the pink, which will come with like a purpley. When them two mix together, it gives like a purpley colour. Okay. Just keep going. My Coastal Cabana, I think, needs re-inking. Okay. Just ink the whole thing and then you know you've not missed any. Rather than trying to just ink where the actual starburst is, just ink the whole thing, it's fine, it don't matter. And then you know you're not missing any. Alright. going. Alright. And then the colours will just naturally start and mix. You can see that that's mixing with the... I should have cleaned my stamp because on my stencil, because on there I've also got Bumblebee, which is one of our new colours, and so you'll be able to see that starting to mix in there and going a green colour. So here we are, Bumblebee. So wash your stencils in between. Okay. Give that a good. And then if you go down into where the other colour is, it will blend. Okay, and that should just about be done. So let me just move these out of the way. Alright, and then I'm going to need some pink cardstock and some spare white cardstock out of my sentiment. There we go, let me just grab these and move that out of the way. And then just very carefully remove your masking tape there. Okay, and remove your mask. Okay, look how pretty that is. I mean, you could do it without the Starburst and that would be a beautiful background, but I just wanted something a bit different. So what I'm going to do now, because I don't want to smudge any of the ink, I'm using my take your pick tool, and I can just lift that off like that. And we've got that lovely look there, look, see? Okay, now you can leave it like that, but I can't leave it, me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just outline the edges in black, just to make it stand out. So I'm using a fine liner. Alright, and I'm just going on the edge of each one, drawing towards the middle. Doesn't matter, you're not going to see that because we're going to put our sentiment over it. Alright, so just bearing in mind that ink might still be a little bit wet, so just be careful. You don't want to go to all that work and then smudge it. Okay. So like I say, you're not going to see that centre part, so we're gonna put a sentiment over it. And this just defines it. You don't have to do this bit if you don't want. This is my personal little quirky thing I like to do at the moment. I've just got a thing about fine liners and outlining things to make them stand out. Okay. Try not to sweat on the card. It's absolutely dripping. Pouring down my head. I think I need to get a fan in here if the weather's going to stay as it is and I do any more filming. There's going to have to be a fan, or I'm going to have to do it at like midnight when it's cooler. Okay, we're not used to consistently hot weather in England. You know, this is extreme heat for us. Okay, nearly done. It is worth it. It's worth the extra effort. Sometimes it's lovely to do quick cards, but sometimes it's lovely to just take that extra time and create something that, you know, you're not going to see exactly the same card. When I share this on Pinterest and on Instagram, I'm not going to see a whole heap of other demonstrators or Stampin' Up lovers with exactly the same card. Because this is unique to me, and that's what I love about doing things like this: stenciling, inking, you know, blending, things like that. Right, so that's sorted now. Let's just turn that over so we don't get ink on. So what I need to do now is cut my cardstock for my sentiment. Now I used a block to do my void there, which was 2 1/4 by 2. So I'm just going to cut a piece of pink, just slightly over 2 1/4, just ever so slightly over. So 2 1/4 by 2, again just a sliver over 2. Okay, and then cut a white piece. I'm going to use this piece of scrap, and so that wants to be, if that's 2 1/4, 2 1/8. That's my ruler, by 1 7/8. Okay, let's move that out of the way, and we can bring some some glue in. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to glue this onto my card now. Okay. And then that will conceal that middle join there. Okay. So we can line it up, we can see where the inking has stopped. Alright, so it wants to be about there. And that then covers the join. Make sure it's straight-ish. Alright, so that's that bit. Turn it over, give it a press. Bit of glue on the back of there. See if we can get this card finished before I actually pass out from heat exhaustion. I can't believe how hot it is. Right, and then bob that on there like so. So this is just slightly bigger. Let me measure the pink for you. Get another ruler. So the pink measures, it should be 4 by 5 3/4. And then we've got our normal card base here, which is 4 1/8 by 5 7/8. So we've just got small increments all the time, so that it's nice and layered. It helps the colours pop when you do layering. The pink is the best colour at the moment, I think, for making any colour pop. I think it's beautiful. And then backing it on white and lining it with black, it just makes it stand out even more. So then I just need to do my sentiment, and I have picked this one from Thoughtful Blooms, and it says, "I'm always amazed but never surprised by your thoughtfulness." I know quite a lot of people I can send that to be honest. Right, so it's photopolymer, so I'll be able to see. If you're not confident, you can use something like a Stamparatus, okay, to make sure that's straight. So let me just try not to get my messy hair in this shot and try and get that kind of centralised and just go for it. Okay, give it a press, there we go, beautiful. And then I just need some dimensionals. So I'll just quickly turn that over, move my ink out of the way. We want some dimensionals on there. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll leave all the details over on my blog, you know where it is. You should do by now. Scrimpingmommy.co.uk. I'll also leave a list of suppliers. And I'm going to go and sit in the garage and cool down. Right, so that I've cut that slightly wrong. Alright, I don't know how I've managed that, but never mind, it layers over nicely anyway. Alright, so there we go. Lucky for me that it still works. And sorry about the brightness. I can't control the sun, but we can make beautiful cards either way. I hope you'll give that a try. I hope you like it. Take care, and I'll see you again very soon. Stay cool and have fun in the sun while it's here. Bye for now.